Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Jack, and today I'm going to be showing you some great early game locations. A really good gun, and then dueling longsword, a great quest that you should get, and a few extra cheeky spots. The first thing we're going to do is grab a really good quest early in Kuttenburg. Spoiler warning ahead, I'll try to keep it light and not spoil everything. What you're going to want to do is travel over to Kuttenburg. This may be your first time there, since you can get this really early, and find a guy around the middle of the town named Menhard. Menhard is going to be yelling to everybody, saying that he wants to fight some people. Go up to him and talk to him. He's going to be the person giving you the actual quest. Pretty much what you're going to have to do is fight him. I'm not going to spoil anything, but eventually you're going to have to meet him at a tavern outside of the town. Go over and talk to him, and he's going to say that you're going to have to steal a special item from the Swordsman Guild over in Kuttenburg. Now, this is a little bit hard, but I'm going to show you how to get there easily. Travel to this location on the map right here, and go to the building with the red and yellow banners on it. This is the Swordsman Guild building. What you're going to want to do is show up there at nighttime and use your insane lockpicking skills on the door. Look at this. First try on very hard. I'm the freaking goat, bruh. Or you could just go and find a guard and steal his keys, whatever fancies you. Did I say that right? Once inside, go up the stairs and then to the left. Now open up that frickin' door and go up to the right, where you should find your beautiful sword. Take that sword, and then we're on to the second part of the quest. But make sure, before you leave, that you find the owner of the house, who you're later going to fight in the story. No spoilers, and take all of his stuff. He's got some really good groschen, some good things that you can sell. Just make sure not to get caught with it later on. Now that we have this sword, go over to the indicated spot on the map and place it on this wall. This is going to trigger the next part of the quest where, well, I'll just let you figure it out for yourself. Go and return over to Menhard, and he should tell you what you're about to do next. Find him and talk to him, and he'll take you back to Kuttenburg, where you will get into a little conflict with the rest of the guys that you were talking to earlier. Once you've completed this dialogue, you're gonna initiate the last part of the quest, which in my opinion, well, no, it is the funnest part about the quest, and is what you will doing later on. Beat everybody and finish the quest completely until you can talk to Menhard again. Exhaust all his dialogue until he says, "Return to me." Return to him back at the previous guild location, and he should tell you about how he's hosting weekly tournaments. Now that is the official end of the quest. Now what Menhard is going to do is he's going to announce a weekly tournament. You have to pay a 300 groschen fee to get in, and then a 105 around groschen fee for waiting, if you want though. Now this will be exactly the same as the other tournament minus all the dialogue. You can choose to do long sword only, short sword, all of your armor. You can do all three of them. It matters really what you want to do. And as long as you win at least 2, you'll get your money back plus some really good gear that I'm going to show on screen right now. This is the chest that I got from the short sword win, and then as you can see from the long sword win, I got a much better amount of gear and groschen and loot. My one piece of advice though is save a lot, or at least try to, because as you see in the clip I'm showing on screen now, it can get laggy and glitchy. Alright, now that you've done that, let's get to the second tip. The next thing you're going to want to do is reforge your father's sword, the Radzig Kabbalah sword, which you get at the end of part 1. All you need in order to reforge it is the Toledo steel and the sword itself, which you automatically get. My one tip for you is get the Martin's secret perk before you start crafting it, because if you get the Martin's secret perk, you can craft it at the highest tier, which is tier 4. Another tip, you should always try to reheat it, but never overheat it. I go back and forth from the anvil a lot. And then the last thing that I have for you is hit in a sequential, I just make that word up, hit in a sequence so that Henry starts singing. That will improve the quality of the sword and just make it do better and have much better damage. Once you get to Kuttenburg, you're going to realize that there are a lot of vendors, and their items are not cheap. So how do you afford this? Well, luckily for you and me, the groschen is literally buried under the ground of Kuttenburg. Under Kuttenburg, there are a lot of labyrinth/maze/tunnels that connect all of the buildings. So what we're going to do first is go to any building. The best one, in my opinion, is the scribe. So we're going to go there first. Head inside however you can. I went in the day, but honestly, going there in the night would be much easier. Unlock the door anyhow, and then put on your lightest gear, which I didn't, and sneak in. Go in through this back door, and then go to the right down the stairs. Every building is going to have these type of stairs that go down into their basement. Take a left, and you should find the entrance to the actual cave system. And boom, there you are inside the underground system. Now that I've shown you where it is, I recommend that you go and explore it as much as you can, because I bet you'll find even more than I show you. But for now, I'll show you the location of a few good spots. One being the smuggler's little area, where you'll get a few different weapons, pieces of armor, food, and 2 chests that hold some goodies, except you'll need to lockpick them. Once you've looted all of that up, we're gonna actually go back to where we came from to go to a different place. Pretty much what we're doing now is we're traveling under the road from one scribe building to another. Hit up this little chest on your way over there, but that's not the main attraction. This next spot is extremely cool. Just keep following this one spot and don't take any turns until you find this hidden Easter egg. I think what the devs put here was a little vampire? I mean, I see the garlic, but some people have said it's a priest. It's got a crucifix. I'm not sure what happens, but I think it's a vampire. But regardless, loot him up for that chalice and that crucifix, which should get you some really, really good groschen after you sell them. This is the location on the map in case you want to mark it. Now turn back from the vampire and take your first right. Go down the ladder, loot up that 85 sweet groschen, and then keep following the path down, where you should find the waste yard, which should give you a few good items, some food, 2 savior snaps, but it's also important for a quest that we're not covering. I won't show it to you because it took me too long, but if you follow the river, it should take you to the dugout entrance that I'm showing right here on screen. This is an easy way to get back in and out if you want to go through a hole rather than somebody's home and not break in. One more cheeky spot that I forgot to cover. If you go back to the smuggler's area, go down the 2 ladders, and then follow that path all the way down until you hit a dead end, and you look on the ground and you find a crate, that will give you some items that you need for a quest regarding the underground tunnels. Just a little spot if you want to know the location for the quest. Now the last thing that I'm going to talk about are 2 locations that are map locations that you should hit up immediately. The first one is the Smuggler's Map. This one you can grab off a dead body in the underground section that we just talked about, and it will lead you over to a house that is locked. Inside, unlock the door, you'll find a guy protecting it. Fortunately, you're going to have to kill him, and then loot up the chest. Inside the chest, there will be a amazing gun with some ammo, and then a blueprint for the dueling longsword, which is really, really, really good because it is pretty much the same as your father's sword, except you can recraft it a bunch of times and sell it for groschen. Now last but certainly not least is Bahuda's old stash. You meet Bahuda in a quest for the Dry Devil in the story. Pretty much go over to the spot. It's right near a fence west of Pichowski. But dig up his grave and you'll find all of his old gear. Take it, sell it, do whatever you want with it. just a little cool spot. It's also got a nice axe, whatever. If you like this video, it would be much appreciated if you leave a like. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.